About 12 years ago, near the end of the PS2 life cycle, I just gotten out of college and started work. And of course, I was buying a lot of games that I'd missed over because I couldn't afford them during my college years, mostly PS2, PSP. So as my collection grew, a friend of mine said, "Have you ever played this? It's on sale at GameStop right now for a really good price." And he pointed me towards one that I'd never heard of. And I said, "Well, let me check it out. The artwork's good." So I got on Game Trailers, which was still active at the time, pulled it up and said, "Yeah, this looks really good. Go ahead and give it a shot." At the time, I did buy the original release. I played it. One of the absolute best stories and casts in an RPG I've ever seen. The gameplay was incredibly hard, a bit unbalanced, to be honest, and did have some problems with lag, unbalanced difficulty. But in the end, I stuck with it. It was a game that really, really was worth playing through. The challenges you overcame, you felt rewarded, you fell in love with absolutely all the characters. You have 5 main heroes here, and the way the story intertwines with their interactions, even their conflicts, is something I'd never seen done in a video game before. To witness each one grow as a character and how they interact with each other, how their stories connect to create an entire thread, a tight string, if you will, something that has sat with me to this day and has been a hallmark of this company ever since. It is something that I'm very honored to present to you guys, and I was absolutely ecstatic when the remake was announced a few years ago. I bought it on PS4 and Vita and played it non-stop. So thank you again to Atlas, Cryware, Ace Escape, and especially Vanillaware. I'm Gunarm Dyne, call me Dyne, and let's play Odin Sphere Leifthrasir. I am extremely excited to play through this. I can't tell you guys how much this is going to be fun, and I honestly hope that you get something out of this. I'm going to go ahead and start a new game and jump right into it. And believe it or not, this is going to be the first time I played this in English. I've always used the Japanese voices, but for this case, well, go ahead and let the English voice actors speak for themselves. After we select the voice audio, the game jumps right in. Let's go. So rather than start with an action sequence, we have our point of view character here named Alice. She's walking up into her family's attic, and really don't know why, but yep. Well, we have this little stand here. We can get on the stand. Well, no, we didn't see any interesting books. Of course, if we were to find any weapon or armor recipes in there, we're playing the wrong game. Now we can sit on the chair. No big there, but the most important thing, we can pet the cat! Yes! But as you may notice, yeah, you can sit while holding the cat, and that actually brings up a handy little feature. You can view the story archive. I'm not going to bring that up now, because a little bit of interface spoilers. But if you want to rewatch events you played through previously, you can do that. If you want to go back to the title screen, just leave the attic. But the important thing here, we need to pick up the book. The Book of Valkyrie, featuring Gwendolyn. And to actually read it, we have to carry the book over to the chair. And yes, we do want to read it. The soul shines proudly after falling in battle. The birds have a belief. This is the only method of earning an immortal soul. So our story begins with a battle sequence. Valkyries fly into battle. We see Mortal enemies pitting up against each other. As usual, war is hell. Nothing but bodies scattering the field.
Griselda! Gwendolyn. It's so quiet now. The sound of battle seems so far away. It seems I cannot follow my king into the final battle. No, don't give up. Gwendolyn, please take this. I have no use for it now. This spear has slain many foes, making a mountain of corpses. The king, Father, will undoubtedly praise my actions. I'm sure he will. Do I see tears in your eyes? You're too kind, sister. Please, do not cry. Your older sister will leave the world as a great warrior. It is so dark here. Gwendolyn, I can't see you. Griselda, I won't let you be alone for long. I shall be by your side soon enough.
It's bad enough to lose a sibling, especially rather suddenly.
We have lost this battle. There are simply too many enemies.
Either too many enemies or a one-man army.
So that is the Shadow Knight. Rumor has it he has made a deal with Halia to acquire such strength. What power?
I will face him.
Princess? You must not!
Kill me now. How long do you intend to keep me pinned down?
Go on. Run away. This battle is over. Any more deaths will just be a waste.
Oh, I'm glad to see you're safe. I had feared you were...
At this point, I cannot go back.
Please, wait. But what good are troops that have lost their leader?
Now with that character introduction, we are now in control of Gwendolyn. She has received the spear Gungnir from her sister. Get a little bit of a tutorial. We can see our level, our power and HP gauge up at the top left. A little mini map on the top. And just go ahead and follow the tutorial. And these really aren't that bad because you can just follow along, or you can just skip them if you already know what to do. And that's the nice thing about the mini map is you can see the breakable objects. Just break open the chest and pick things up. Of course, the other thing is you can further explore as much as you want. In this case, it won't do much good. Go ahead and pick up all the coins. And as we walked in, we saw a level 1 with crossed swords. Just means we're entering a battlefield. And the game's just giving us tips on the different moves we can use, how to defeat different enemies. And press R1 to evade. That is one of the most useful abilities in the entire game. Doing the dash attack is a little bit of a wind-up time. I never really use it a lot. Unless, of course, you're running into a bunch of foes. But yeah, just get going. There we go. Yeah, hold the button and hold the attack button. I was tapping it. Let's go for a rising attack. Yep. Perfect. Now, if you are familiar with Norse mythology, there are a lot of elements inspired by this. As mentioned, Gungnir is the name of Gwendolyn's spear. It is a famous spear in Norse mythos. We are basically the Aesir versus the Vanir. And of course, as hinted in the game's title, the leader of the Aesir is Odin. Now, as I have mentioned in the introduction, there's a lot to love about this game, but there are also a few mistakes, mostly in the translation. I will point those out as much as possible, but the main one you see a lot. And I will definitely mention that first time it comes up. It's easy to ignore, but at the same time, kind of a nuisance to not follow the tutorials and just ramble a little bit. There we go. Yeah, because these guys are gonna keep spawning until you finish up. Yeah, Gwen can double jump as well as glide after a single jump. Not her basic attack pattern. It's not hard to master. She plays much better in this version than she does in the original. She's actually one of the hardest to use in the original. Phozons. Luminous purple energy called Phozons. Magic source appear whenever you defeat an enemy. You'll automatically gather Phozons when you are near them, but you can quickly absorb them by holding R1. And just a little bit of... Yep, remember what you learned. By holding R1, you'll gather Phozons. And after a battle, they will be able to be gathered from all over the field. It's just better to do so at the end. You usually won't have to spend a lot of time gathering them in the middle of fighting. And after each battle sequence, you'll get a ranking based on your battle not and your max chain, as well as a few bonuses. But there is nothing that is completely missable by getting a low rank. Every key item you'll obtain throughout the game, no matter how well you do. The completion rewards and bonuses are just extra money, and you can see little extra seeds. Yeah. Press triangle to check your extra bonuses. Don't worry too much about scoring. Because again, nothing is permanently missable in this. An entry has been added to the text archive. What are Phozons? Have you seen motes of light that appear from bodies of the fallen? These motes are known as Phozons, lights that hold the power of life. Phozons arise from the death of living beings and return to the earth to foster new life. Man and beast are given life from this earth, and plants bud and grow fruit. Phozons are also called magic elements, and are an indispensable source of magic for sorcerers. However, in order to collect Phozons, one must steal the life force of the dead, originally meant to return to the earth. You must never forget the weight of this act. And that is something that is brought up as a plot point in this. But first we got another tutorial. Seeds and Phozons. You can acquire the experience necessary for leveling up by defeating enemies, but you can gain even more experience by eating food such as a mulberry. These foods can be obtained by nurturing seeds, but you will need purple Phozons to do so. Let's try growing a fruit using the Phozons and the mulberry seed you've just obtained. So we have 6 purple Phozons. Let's triangle to open a bag. We have a couple different sets, but main thing, go ahead and plant a mulberry seed. Plant a seed will grow and bear fruit as it absorbs Phozons. Rather than just holding R1, hold R1 and square. Disperse the Phozons. And we do have to wait a little bit for this to grow, but that's okay. Doesn't take long. Seed is grown and born fruit. Eating fruit yields experience points and level gains. Harvest a mulberry. Open up the menu again, and this time we have the foods. And, well, we can just go ahead and eat both of them. Now, food will restore HP and give experience, so in this case, yeah, I'm not going to eat it just yet, just in case I need to heal up. Yep, this concludes the tutorial for Season Phozons. So, looking on the map, we have this highlighted circle. This leads to the exit. Up and press X, and we're out. So, at this point, we can choose the game's difficulty. In terms of this playthrough, yeah, Heroic is basically a one-hit kill that was added to this version. Hard is the closest to the original game's difficulty. But for the purpose of this and keeping things smooth, let's go with normal. Yeah, the location.
Gwendolyn, You've returned.
Mentioned the Demon Lord's throne. That's the bad translation I was talking
an
of.
announcement, Your Majesty, regarding the invasion. Our troops have been lost.
This is basically Mao,
The
which is
foes
Wizard
had
King more than Demon Lord.
reinforcements than we had anticipated.
So Wizard King Odin makes more sense than Demon Lord
We
Odin.
were forced to enter a battle of attrition.
I'll shut up now.
The Valkyries suffered many casualties, including Griselda, our commander.
I know of Griselda's fate.
Griselda fought bravely for you to the very end. She entrusted me with a spear in her final moments.
She was the most gallant and noble of all my warriors. That spear is a special weapon known as a cipher. It collects spirits that haunt battlefields and uses their power to smite enemies. Henceforth, you shall wield the spear as you please. We shall launch another assault on the enemy. I shall personally take part in this battle. Send the troops when you're prepared.
Father! Is that all you have to say about Griselda?
Words will not bring your sister back. 'Tis no time for sentimentality.
Entry has been added to the text archive. The start of the Cauldron War. The source of the conflict between our grand kingdom of Ragnarval and Ringford lies in the past. Our victory over the mighty nation of Valentine was assured, but costly. Low on men and supplies, we had no choice but to withdraw. Those vile fairies seized their chance to invade Valentine and steal our prize, the Cauldron. The Cauldron is an artifact that can create infinite phosons. After all we've sacrificed, such a relic is rightfully ours. Anger at the fairies' treacherous deed echoed throughout the country. For the sake of our fallen brethren, we vowed to rise again and punish the fairies. Led by King Odin, we have long awaited our revenge, sharpening our fangs. Princesses Griselda and Gwendolyn, the daughters of the late queen, are now skilled Valkyries. The time has come for war. We will wreak our vengeance on the fairies and reclaim our cauldron. This memoir shows the mindset of an Aesir soldier. In the battle that occurred after this note, the Aesir suffered a crushing defeat that ended with the death of the first princess.